Okay, back from the pee break. So, the reins disconnected here. Back the leader around. Get the thing out of the way here. Okay. Cool. So first things first, here with the ride, what I'm doing now, and the more you do this at home to start off with, and more consistently you do it, now you won't have to do it for nearly as long the more and more you ride, but the more consistently you do it, the better chance she has of really understanding what you want here. So I'm going to start with flexing her on the ground. Just take the top of the rein, slide your hand down smoothly with 2 fingers, pull back, and then when she touches your leg, fender, saddle, release as fast as you can. Just drop it like a hot potato. The faster you can release, the lighter she becomes. The lighter you pick up, the lighter she becomes. Ultimately, you just kind of almost want to even barely think, okay, let's flex, and she's going to do it. She's getting there. She's getting pretty good at it. So same thing on the other side. What you do on one side of the horse, you got to do on the other side. There's 2 sides of the brain to the horse, lefty and righty. Now when she gets really quick about coming around on the flexing, sometimes I kind of slow myself up so that she doesn't get spastic about it. So like on this side, she tends to be a little quicker, so I'm going to smooth myself down and slow myself down to where she doesn't think it's a race. But you want her to be light though. So anyways, okay, so she's flexed here. I'm going to go ahead and desensitize again a little bit with the saddle, just to be sure I'm going to be safe. Flap those stirrups as hard as you can. Make sure, you do not release until she's standing there for 15 seconds or so, show some kind of relaxation. Cocking a leg, taking a big deep breath, relaxing her head, blinking, sighing, snorting, that kind of thing, Anyway, you want to find the spots that are going to get you in trouble on the ground before you get on. So this teaches her that if there's weird stuff happening, what she should do is relax, not get reactive. There we go. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bend her head around, have it tip towards me here, and I'm just going to step up in the stirrup and just step over her, lean across. I'm going to move the stirrup around, let her know I'm coming. If she goes to walk off, pull her head around tighter, and then don't let go until she stops and keeps those feet still, just like that. So you can do that as many times as you need to. Make sure she's going to be okay with standing there. So like here, I'm going to go ahead and do it one more time here. Keep her head bent around. Do not let that head go forward. That's your safety line right there, is having that head bent around. If she has it straight, she can take off, bolt, do whatever. But if you have it bent around, you can pull her around to a 1-rein stop. Lots safer. Okay. Now I'm committed. So pull that head around, flex her. Very first thing you should do every time you get on is flex this horse. First few times, keep your other hand on the saddle horn. See, she's wanting to walk off. We're we're gonna stand here and flex for a few minutes. The more you stay relaxed in the seat as well, the more she's gonna stay relaxed with you up top as well. So remember to breathe. We're not going anywhere for a couple minutes. She's still wanting to kind of step off here. So we're gonna sit here and flex. Getting on is not her cue to take off. Getting on is her cue to listen to me. If she gets reluctant to flex, bump her a little bit. If she gets really reluctant, bump harder. But always ask with the slightest amount of pressure first. Try not to pull back on the rein, but pull her head sideways. Slide down, pull towards your hip. Touch your hip. And then when she touches your leg or the fender or the saddle, then release. If she's moving her feet, do not release. Don't release until she quits moving her feet and has her head turned around to you. That's the biggest thing. You cannot let her get away with that, or else she'll start cheating. She'll start taking shortcuts. So now she's standing here pretty good, flexing pretty good. She's kind of looking at something, but that's okay. She's not really reacting, she's just kind of looking. So now we're going to start walking off and doing one rein stops at the walk. So walk off a few feet. We'll sit, and pull her around to a one rein stop. Do not let go until she stops moving her feet. Sit, pull her around. Flex the other way. That just helps keep her equal back both ways. Walk off a few more feet. If you practice sitting, you may not be able to hear me on this. If you practice sitting, she'll learn that the cue to stop is to sit. So when you feel like she's doing good at a walk, we'll do a few steps to the trot. Start off a few steps. Don't start off with a lot. You ready for that one rein stop? Don't let the freight train get barreling down the tracks like Clinton says. Have the brakes ready to go right off the start. Same thing on the trot. Sit, and then ask for the one rein stop. This should be how you start every session for at least a couple months. There, she wanted to lope a little bit. Sometimes you just gotta let them. But this time we're gonna do a one rein stop. If she goes to look at something, just keep her moving her feet. Unless you feel like you're going to die, and then do one right step. Okay, when she gets good at the trot, then we'll do it at a low. As you get more comfortable, go a little bit further and further with each gait. Couldn't hear me before, this is cruising at the trot. job, girl. So we're gonna sit here. Flex. Actually, we're gonna walk at a loose rein. Don't get it in her mouth. The big thing on cruising is absolutely no steering allowed. So you see my hand on the horn. And you just let them go where they want. You gotta act like you're drunk when you're riding. This gets them just broke to everything. If there's a spot they want to quit, keep working their feet past it. Like the gate or a spot that you quit before. Stop. She doesn't like to be over here. Stop here and flex for a couple minutes, and then we're going to do some more cruising. After about 5 to 10 rides, I'll start changing things up a lot more. She's technically on ride 7, I think. But I may put in a few extra because we did have some issues a little bit ago, and I'll tell you about those when everything's all done. See me pulling just a little because she's not quite listening to that. There, that's better. Let her stand here for a minute. Just keep rubbing on her. I'm pretending like she's a brand new colt. So, with that, I pretend like she's never had any experience at all. And so I'm going to pretend like she's going to forget that I'm up here. So that's why I'm kind of rubbing on her, is to remind her I'm sitting on her back. Don't do anything stupid or silly. She's a very good girl. Just rub all over them. Act like you're drunk. And I'm not yet. And if you find a spot that she doesn't like, go back to it. Kind of desensitized. Sometimes they get to where they forget that they can be touched everywhere. So that's our job, is to remind them. Just kind of go over it. Okay, do a little more flexing here. Then we're going to do some more cruising. That session, she kind of wanted to move out on her own, so I let her. She wasn't going nuts over it, she just wanted to move, so I said, okay, let's move. All right, girl, let's do some trotting. trash truck's over there, so she's looking at it. But this is an important time to do that flexing, is when something like that happens, you get her mind back on you. This is kind of what I started doing at the obstacles for NATRAC, is that when we're waiting or getting antsy, I start flexing her, get her mind back on me. You know, do other things, you know, like, I'm sure you do this already too, but, you know, like side pass or kind of yield the hindquarters kind of thing. And I'll start working more on that as we get some more consistent rides in. She did great. Oh, she's got a lovely lope. Oh my God. She's gonna be awesome for you, I think, so. I'm excited for you. I think, you know, it's just some of the stuff I think was more like just being a little bit disrespectful in terms of like not listening to me or to you over what you want them to do. So like Clinton says, you got to be the louder voice in the room. And so, you know, we'll teach the cues here to where she's got a louder voice. Now I'm kind of getting spastic on my flexing here, so I'm going to kind of slow it down. Make it smoother, prettier. And I'm going to quit her here. She did great. Going to do the same thing this afternoon, and as much as I can until I give her back to you. More stuff, you know, more exercises. When you're getting down, especially at first, tip forward, warn her you're coming, and step off at the shoulder. At this point, I go ahead and relax the girth. My girth was sticking earlier on the saddling part because it's wet and sandy. That pissed me off. That's kind of why she acted like a fool. She does get a little sensitive to the first pressure on the girth. So I've been trying to ease onto her instead of just going right at it, going as hard as I can. And you noticed I lunged her a couple times before I got the girth up all the way. Right now she's wanting to step off, and I don't want her to until I get that saddle off. So I'm flexing her around here. I'm going to switch sides, grab my saddle, pull up my girths. Consistency is your greatest ally. The more consistently you do things, do it the same way every time, the better success you're going to have. So I'm going to dump saddle, and I love it. It's fucking muddy. It's not really muddy, it's just wet. And I'm going to desensitize her to the pad again. Now eventually you won't have to do this. This is just me kind of overkill on desensitizing. And then right now I'm going to go tie her up on the patience pole after I get the halter on. Patience pole just lets them sit there and think about it for a while. Think about what all they've done today. Kind of let the lesson soak in. Kind of helps reinforce what you did, that you know that we have a positive. So, all right, cool. Hope you enjoyed. When we get through some more exercises under the saddle, I'll try to do some more filming too. All right, girl.